Hey y'all, this is Miss Joan, and today, look at this pumpkin cheesecake. Oh my goodness. Y'all stay tuned. My daughter Jordan is going to show you how to make it because she is the cheesecake queen in this house. But look at this, and we're going to show you just how good it is to make. Come on, Jordan.
We're going to start out with 1 3/4 cup of graham cracker crumbs. So something like this is what I used. I'm going to add 1 stick of melted butter. And then I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. I believe that she has on her channel a way that you can look up making brown sugar. And then one more thing is all. 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And so this is going to be the crust for our cheesecake. And I'm just going to mix it until it's a little bit of wet sand type feel. This is so good. I love lots of cheesecakes, but this one is one of my favorites. I'm just going to be pressing this down to make a crust. I'm going to press and spin. I think our crust is ready, and we will get started with the filling. To make our filling, we're starting out with 3 blocks of cream cheese. And then I'm going to add a 15-ounce can of the pumpkin puree.
She hasn't bragged on me, but Miss Joan is back here running the camera.
Hope it doesn't look like a roller coaster for all of you trying to watch it.
May do it because I can't hold it still.
Next, 1/4 cup of sour cream goes into this cheesecake. And if you have a really great cheesecake recipe, please share it with us. We love cheesecake. Let's see, on our channel, we've got caramel apple cheesecake. Do we have any more? I'm not thinking of any more. I know a delicious peach cheesecake that I need to put on here.
Yes, that's common. That's common for sure.
For eggs, it calls for 3 eggs and 1 more egg yolk. So 3 eggs and 1 more yolk. Next is 1 1/2 cups of sugar. And then 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. And it doesn't say a cap full of vanilla, but no matter what something says, if it calls for vanilla, we always just use the cap full.
We put a cap full, that's for sure.
Measuring rod.
Yeah, tell them what you're not putting in there, though. We don't like.
Yes, it calls for nutmeg and cloves, and we are not putting that in there. We are not nutmeg people in our recipes. I am going to be putting 2 tablespoons of the all-purpose flour. So there goes 1, and there goes 2 tablespoons. And then the last thing I'm going to add is just something that we've added. It's pumpkin pie spice, just for a little bit more flavor of the pumpkin. And this is just 1/4 teaspoon, just a little bit more flavor. You don't have to do that. It didn't necessarily call for that in the original recipe. It was just something that we added.
How much? How much of the 2 we're leaving out, just in case some people just love that stuff?
That's a good question. If you just love nutmeg, it calls for a 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg and a 1/8 teaspoon of ground cloves.
Yeah.
And so that's the only things we left out. So let's get this mixing up for us. How's that look, Miss Joan?
It looks good. I don't like pumpkin pie, but I love this cheesecake. I can't explain it. You'll just have to try it. You'll see what I mean.
This does smell really good as it's mixing together. All right, we're gonna pour this over our crust. And this will bake in a 350-degree oven for about an hour, and then we just let it sit very carefully, start cooling down. I'll usually just cut the oven off and kind of let it sit in there with the door open. You want to do a careful cooling off process with cheesecake. That helps with some of the cracking. Placing this in the oven for 1 hour, 350 degrees. I just wanted to hop on here for a minute
Oh, I got the sweetest card in the mail, a happy Halloween card from Anna in Oregon. It made my day. I want y'all to see. She drew me all kinds of different pumpkins. Happy Halloween to At Home with Miss Joan. Is that not precious? I mean, oh, I appreciate it, Anna. If you're watching it, this made my day. And I will cherish this card forever. I just want to say thank you right here on At Home with Miss Joan.
Hey, it's been 1 hour. I'm turning off the heat and I'm just gonna leave it in the oven just kind of cracked and just slowly start letting it cool down. I wouldn't immediately put it in the refrigerator right now. All right, so I let it sit in the oven just with the door open for about an hour. Then I put it in the refrigerator for about 3 hours. And we have covered this in some caramel and whipped topping. So it is ready for At Home with Miss Joan to see if she approves of our pumpkin cheesecake.
Woo-wee! Mm-mm. Woo-wee!
I think she approves. I think this is going to make it to the channel. You want to try this fall season for your family, and you learned it right here at...
Well, you learned it here at Home with Miss Joan, and I want you to make this for your Thanksgiving family gathering or just a good fall dish. She's trying to shut me up so she can have a bite.
Exactly.
We learned this right here where?
At Home with Miss Joan.
And Jordan. At Home with Miss Joan, would you like? You know, whether you like it or not, okay? At Home with Miss Joan, please subscribe. Sure does help this old girl's channel grow. Won't you share with friends and family? You know, like your mom and them, okay? Comment right here and you'll hear back from me. You know, preacher, get back with you, my daughter, me, somebody will right here from At Home with Miss Joan. Woo! Y'all check these videos out, okay?